Siri, how do I get big at home? Oh, that sounds promising. I got it!
Oh, hi there. Are you Will?
Yeah?
Well, you can call me Ronald, because I have something super-sized for you.
Oh yeah, it's a windy one today. What is going on, guys? Will here, welcome to the video. So a lot of us who watch fitness or are into fitness, we know about calories, getting your protein in, doing your cardio, lifting your weights, because that's what we're passionate about. And a lot of these things just seem like the obvious thing to do, but in fact, for a lot of people, it's far from that. So 52% of Americans that were polled said it's actually easier for them to do their taxes than for them to figure out how to eat healthy. This results in 72% of the adult population struggling with being overweight. So to put things into perspective for you all, today I'm gonna be eating like the average American. So apparently 63% of the American diet is made up of highly processed, refined foods, which just means it's very palatable, high in sugar and high in fat. So we're gonna be avoiding all the veggies and going right to the middle aisles. What do you guys think is the most popular chip in America? Take a guess. It is the Lay's Classic. A lot of these things today are just beautiful in their simplicity. These things, you just can't go wrong. So I quickly grabbed the value size, and then walked down the aisle, and then now there's a family size. So I think I kind of overstepped my mark here. Let's go with the smaller one. Okay, so next up we got the cereal aisle, the beloved cereal aisle. It's pretty much like a drug dealer. There's a selection of highly addictive items with the intent of creating a daily habit you just can't resist. So what do you guys think is the most popular cereal in America? It is just a simple Honey Nut Cheerio. So this one's actually not too bad considering the selection that we have. So this only has 9 grams of sugar per serving, whereas you have something like this. The Crunch Berry, Captain Crunch, is probably delicious. And you're looking at double the sugar, 16 grams of sugar. Gross. All right, guys, so the groceries have been acquired and it's super early right now. I can't stop yawning. What is a yawn? It's a silent scream for coffee. 42 of 50 states in America prefer their coffee with cream and sugar. So for me, I take my coffee for one very seriously and black. So this should be pretty interesting for me. Hi, can I get a medium double please and a napkin for my tears? In Canada, for you Canadians out there, there's something called the Wayne Gretzky. So Wayne Gretzky is a very famous hockey player and he was number 99. And you can go to Tim Hortons and order a Gretzky, which is 9 cream and 9 sugar, which just should never be allowed, ever. Like that's gross.
Make you happy here. More
Oh yeah, thank you. Forgot about that. Thanks. Oh, that's my ride. They were absolute dolls. They gave me a smiley face with a heart here because I guess they actually thought I was emotional right now, but I feel like after one sip I actually will be emotional. So here we go with the coffee taste test. So 140 calories for one of these. So if you are somebody who has 1 coffee a day and you like to have something like this, and I say go for it, but if you have 3 to 4, 4 to 5, or like me, like 7 to 8 coffees, I would say to try to find a substitution. Like, you know, put stevia instead of the sugar, do half and half cream instead of the full cream. And you know, those small changes will add up to quite a lot. Like, I would bet you that you could lose like 5 to 10 pounds just by switching out stevia for sugar. So, oh, I feel like I just drank like a week's worth of Weight Watchers points, man. It tastes like legit, like melted ice cream, but I am getting some deja vu because, fun fact, I did when I was younger have a little stint when I drank coffee with some milk. So the fact that there's dairy in here is just throwing me back a little bit. But then I discovered going black, and like many things, once you go black, you can never go back. The average calories consumed by an American is 3,682. I just hurt my leg right there. But that's a lot more than the average recommended of 2,500 for men and 2,000 calories for women. So in March of 2020, right before the pandemic really started, the cereal companies saw a massive boom in sales, increasing by nearly 27%. When I think of Cheerios, I just think of like babies with Ziploc bags, you know? Unfortunately, I don't have cashew milk to complement this cereal, but luckily with the Cheerios, I still get a nice early morning nut. It's not bad. It's like slightly cardboardish. Hello, Mom. Look, I'm having a double coffee.
No.
She put a heart and a smiley face.
Well, she probably thought it was for somebody else.
I think they're not bad.
It's way too sweet.
Mm.
Oh.
I will say though, cereal is great, but it's like definitely not the best option to have for breakfast because it's not filling, right?
No.
Which is why the average American participates in second breakfast at least once per week. No wonder why the divorce rate's so high. You know what I mean?
No.
Don't get married, guys. You gotta deal with feelings, lawyers, you know?
No, you do not.
Oh. All right, well that was breakfast. Filling, not at all. I would have loved to like, you know, shake up a protein shake and make that the milk for the cereal. That'd be a good tip for you guys. Looking, if you like cereal, you want something a little bit more filling. But yeah, I'm gonna go do some work for a little bit and then I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have lunch pretty soon. Still nursing away my double-double. I've never took this long to drink coffee in my entire life. So currently doing some work right now. So the average American walks 3,000 to 4,000 steps every single day, which is 1.5 to 2 miles, which is really not a lot, obviously due to the fact that a lot of people work desk jobs, but also because a lot of the most popular pastime activities involve, you know, sitting down watching football, baseball, playing video games, a lot of very sedentary things to do. So that also just makes that caloric surplus of 3,682 even more aggressive. Literally for me in the summer, I'm walking like 15,000 to like 20,000 steps a day. I wake up early, bang out like 5,000 to 7,000 steps, and then I go through my day. I just get some like just by living throughout my day, doing my stuff, and then at nighttime I'll go for another walk, you know, of around 5,000 steps. And right there, I can lose weight on like 2,800 calories by walking that much. Lunchtime. So as much as I want Diet Coke and Coke Zero, no. They don't care about calories, regular Coke. Ronald McDonald has opened the mouths and inserted his meat into almost every single American because McDonald's is the #1 fast food joint in America. So it's estimated that more than 1 in 3 adults have some sort of fast food every single day. So we went to McDonald's and I got the top 2 best sellers in the States. The #1 being the French fries, pretty much the daddy of all fast food French fries. And then we got the Big Mac. So they have sold 550 million Big Macs worldwide in 2020, which is absolutely obscene. It just smells beefy in here, y'all. The first sniff is always the deepest. And then on the side, I got a large, like look at the size of this thing. A large Coke. Like I have not drank this many calories since Pledge Week. Take a look at that. The McDonald's buns, yo. I do not know what they put in here, but it's just addicting. And that Ronald sauce just bursts in your mouth. So a pretty interesting fact, it's estimated that nearly 20% of all America's meals are eaten in the car, but with the right passenger, I can definitely increase those numbers. Time to work out, y'all. So after a fast food meal, you definitely need some pre-workout to get yourself going. So I'm using PPK by Blue Star TENNY 10 for 10% off. So only 23.2% of adults 18 and older meet the physical activity guidelines of aerobic and muscle building activity. And it's not that much. It's only 150 minutes of aerobic activity every single week and then 2 lifting sessions per week. So I'm gonna show you guys today a workout for the average person. If you just wanna step into the gym, you don't have much time and you don't have much experience, what you should do. So it's gonna be a full body workout that you can do 3 times per week. And I'll take you guys through the whole thing right now. So everything today is gonna be 3 sets in the 5 to 8 rep range. And you will notice every single movement today is going to be a compound movement because that's gonna give you the biggest bang for your buck. So if you're limited on time, there's not really any point in doing any isolation type of exercises because, you know, in reality, with just compound movements, you can build a pretty amazing physique. The isolation exercises are just kind of like the icing on the cake. So again, focus on the compound movements if you don't have much time. So the reason why I'm choosing the squat as the main lower body movement and the first movement of the day, because I feel like it's pretty much the most important exercise that you could do. And doing a squat, you're gonna hit your hamstrings and your glutes, pretty much every single muscle fiber in your legs indirectly. And the goal with every exercise is that you want to start with a weight that you can hit minimum of 5 reps, and eventually you want to work your way up so every single set you hit 8 reps, and then that's when you add some weight. Okay, so the squats are all done. That could have been a back squat, that could have been a goblet squat, any sort of main compound squat of the day that you wanna do, go ahead and do that. So the next thing we're gonna do is the bench press, 3 sets, 5 to 8 reps, just like the squats. This could be with the dumbbells, any sort of main pressing motion for your chest. All right, so when you're working out 3 days a week and the volume is not super high, you have the opportunity to go to failure a little bit more often than someone who works out, 6 or 7 days per week. So usually when I do 3 sets and my volume's not super high, the first set I'll kind of keep 2 in reserve, second set just 1, and then the third set I'll go to pretty much absolute failure because you have that recovery time because you're not training every single day. So again, if you don't train that much, make sure those sets are super, super hard. All right, so the third movement of the day is the bent over barbell row for the back. So this could be a bent over dumbbell row, a 1-arm dumbbell row, any sort of row that you want to do. I would typically stay away from a chest supported row, especially when you're cramped for time and don't really go to the gym that often, because you really want to hit and strengthen your posterior chain. So that is why if I had to choose one back exercise, it would either be a weighted pull-up or the bent over row. Last movement of the day, we're gonna be doing a standing dumbbell press. Feel free to do a standing barbell press if you want to. So you must be wondering, that's it? Like that's the workout, only 4 movements? Yeah, because every single thing that we've done so far has hit other muscle groups indirectly. So when you do the bench press, when we do the overhead press right now, we're gonna be hitting our triceps, especially the long head, which is the biggest head in your tricep. When we did the barbell row, we are hitting our biceps. When we press, we're hitting the front delts. When we row, we hit the rear delts. When we squat, we pretty much hit every single thing in the lower body. So don't think that you gotta annihilate every single muscle group individually. Some things hit some things indirectly. So last thing, 3 sets, 5 to 8 reps, standing dumbbell press. Now the reason why I'm doing this standing is very similar to the barbell row. So if you're not gonna work out that consistently, you wanna have movements that are a little bit harder for you. So this, by standing, I'm working my core as well, versus if I'm just sitting, I had that core stability. So again, you wanna train the posterior chain with the rows, and you wanna train your core when you do your presses. Oh my God, I'm really not feeling like myself right now. Oh, thanks, man. Snickers, you aren't you when you're hungry, which is kind of funny because I never really play myself when I eat, but Snickers is the #1 chocolate bar in America and the #1 vending machine item. So Americans typically snack 3 times a day, most commonly between lunch and dinner, accounting for the 77% total increase of the calories. So the 2,500 to like the 3,700, 77% of those additional calories come from snacking. So I'm a Snickers man. I like it. You can't go wrong with this. And the calories are really not that bad. 250 calories. Pretty much like some of the protein bars out there. Actually, some protein bars are a lot more than this. But the issue is, again, not very much protein. It's just full of sugar. And sugar actually increases your appetite, which is why I'm assuming people are snacking so much, because this doesn't fill you up. If anything, this is like, an amuse-bouche before I go upstairs and get another snack. All right, so like I said, the average calories consumed is 3,682, so quite a lot more. So 1,200 calories more than what they recommended a male to have of 2,500 calories. So you can eat those calories super, super fast. Like literally the McDonald's drive-thru is 3 minutes and you eat that food in like 3 minutes. So 6 minutes right there and over 1,000 calories is gone. So a lot of people think that you can eat that much and just burn it that easily, but it's not that easy. So right now I'm gonna do some cardio for 30 minutes straight. I'm gonna track it on my Apple Watch and see how close I can get to 1,200 calories. So we just hit literally 3 minutes of skipping and I've only burned 26 calories. That's literally a sip of Coke. One sip. Oh my God. Okay, so we just finished 15 minutes of skipping. We're at 169 nice calories burned. So now we're gonna hop into the pool and swim for 15 minutes. So still not even close to 1,200 calories. So the last time I swam, I asked you guys to rate me from 1 to 10. And I think after looking at all the averages and like the scores, I think it was like an average of like 3 out of 10. So right now I'm gonna do it a lap, and I want you guys to rate me again, because I think I'm gonna get better here. 3, 2, what do you think? I kept my legs up, they weren't sinking. From 1 to 10, let me know, be nice. Oh, I should have left my goggles in the bedroom. Oh, that Snickers bar wasn't worth it, man. Okay, so we just went for half an hour, and I burned 276 calories in 30 minutes. So it's so easy to eat it, but it's so hard to expend it. So next time you're making food decisions, just be smart about it, because literally 50 calories, like, it adds up and it matters. Okay guys, so time for snack number 2 of the day. So it's time to eat back all the calories that we just burned with some chips. So chips is the #1 snack in America. And like I said at the grocery store, the #1 flavor is the Lay's plain chip. I used to think Aero was free until I opened a bag of chips, because usually when you look at the back, when you get those like single size ones, you're like, oh, it's not too bad. Like 280 calories for the whole bag, and then you open it and you're like, oh, well, it's 50% empty. It's an absolute joke. So 36 chips is 280 calories. So, I mean, that just goes to show exactly what I just did there. I just did 30 minutes, kicked my ass. Now I'm just gonna polish off 280 calories. That's that salty surprise that I've been missing during quarantine. Oh man, they are so addicting. Oh, that was snack number 2. Delicious. I'm still very, very hungry, because nothing I've eaten today is nutrient dense at all. So we're gonna be ordering some dinner pretty soon. Mom, don't come in, okay? All right, y'all, so it is time for some dinner right now. So 30% of pizza eaters say that pizza is a mealtime staple at least once per week, and 33 million Americans say that this would be their last meal on earth, and I'd be right with you guys. So the #1 pizza in America is Domino's Pizza, and just like a celebrity sex tape, it is overrated in my opinion. So we got the leading seller at Domino's, which is the pepperoni pizza, but we got the Brooklyn pepperoni pizza today. So this is the large, and apparently, I don't know if this is actually true, but some people think that this is a healthier alternative to fast food, I guess because it's not actually fried. But this pizza alone right now is 2,400 calories, so it's pretty much just below the daily recommended average for a meal. But pepperoni pizza just reminds me of kids' birthday parties, you know, lukewarm pizza. Everyone gets loot bags and your uncle gives you a special. Never mind, let's just get into this. I'm gonna go around back and get me some crust. This is like the telltale sign. It just tastes like uncared for and neglected. It has like those like cornmeal, kind of like that sand at the bottom. I don't love it. Now I know a lot of people like to dip their pizza in sauces and stuff, and I know ranch is one of those things. I've never had it before, and this adds a ton of calories, so we're gonna see what it's all about. So we're saucing on them today. Like I always say, give it a little dip and then put it to my lip. Oh shit, that's good. Damn. So each slice you're looking at around 300 calories. So I think I'm allotted today around like 3 or 4 slices. I mean, my overall score on the Domino's pizza, I'm gonna give it like a 6.5 out of 10. wrapping up the night watching some NFL news and highlights and stuff like that with my third and final snack, aka dessert, which is some protein chocolate chip cookies. How did I make it? Here's how. Hello everybody, it is Will from the past. So we're gonna be making some protein chocolate chip cookies. So the reason why we're going with chocolate chip cookies is because they are definitely very, very popular. You can get that pretty much any fast food restaurant you go to, McDonald's, Chick-fil-A, you name it, Subway, and you know, availability leads to normalcy, which leads to increased consumption. So I found a way to make a pretty good version, not the best, like definitely not the best chocolate chip cookie you've ever had, but a pretty good alternative to the chocolate chip cookie. I will say ahead of time, they are a bit cakey as opposed to chewy like a normal chocolate chip cookie, but it is what it is. It's an 8 on 10. 8 on 10 is all you can really ask for these days. So we're gonna go in with the wet ingredients first. So we're gonna go in with half of a cup of PB2 and we're gonna make this into consistency of actual peanut butter. So half of a cup, you are looking at around 52 grams. And now we're gonna add some water in. So be very careful. You don't wanna put too much water in because you don't wanna be too liquidy. So we're gonna go very slowly. So next up, what we're gonna do is add in 1/4 of a cup of some brown sugar 0-calorie Swerve. You wanna kinda cream it into the PB2 so it kinda looks like it's just one big mixture on its own. Now we're gonna go with 1 egg and 1 egg white. Well, I can't crack an egg for my life. And now half of a teaspoon of vanilla. Okay, so time for the dry. We're gonna go in with just a little pinch of some kosher salt. 1, 2, that's it. That's it. And now we're gonna go in with half of a cup of vanilla protein powder of your choice, right in, which is around 36 grams. And now we're gonna go in with 15 grams, which is 2 tablespoons of some coconut flour. So I've tried making this recipe with other flours, it just doesn't seem to work as well as with coconut flour. So 15 grams of that, 15. And then last but not least, we're gonna go in with 1/4 of a teaspoon of some baking soda. So the batter is done. Smelling really, really good, y'all. Take a look at that. So now it's time to add in the chocolate chips. So I tend to get carried away with the chocolate chips. I love my chocolate. So I'm using these sugar-free, stevia-sweetened Krista brand ones. So it's only 50 calories per 15 grams. And I'm gonna go in with 30 grams. There we go, doing a nice little mix. So I have the oven preheating right now at 350 degrees. I'm gonna plop these in for 5 to 6 minutes and they're gonna come out nice and soft and not so chewy, but very, very tasty. And there we go, guys, our chocolate chip protein cookie. So 95 calories per cookie. Macros are 6.5 grams of protein, 8 grams of carbs, and only 4 grams of fat. So now back to you, future Will. So 95 calories per cookie. They literally taste like a muffin top and like a peanut butter cookie meets chocolate chip cookie. So this day of eating could have easily been 2,500 calories with the exact same foods and the exact same volume, just with a few smarter choices. So I urge you guys who are into fitness to educate your friends, educate your family, because you know it might be obvious to you, but it's not obvious to them. So if they ask you a question, don't see it as a stupid question because they don't know. They're not passionate about this stuff. They're just trying to learn. So just teach them. And it's so important that you teach everyone because you know that trickles down to your kids, their kids. It's just a whole family thing. So it's so, so important. So if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'll see you guys in the next one.